Cancerian, what's good with it? It's 908. Disclaimer, trigger warning. We'll see whatever comes through. Alright, general message. Cancerian, 909. We have first coming to the Three of Cups. Okay. We have here the Three of Cups, the Death energy, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, Three of Wands, Four of Swords, Page of Swords, Star, Nine of Cups. To the Queen of Wands. Let's see three more. Three more for Cancerian. I just need three, y'all. Okay. So here, what's coming through Cancerian is in order to obtain a victory accomplishment, yeah, you would have to put in effort, go the distance, but you're also going to have to create a wall defense. Nine of Wands energy. With the Three of Wands, Six of Wands. Okay. There's Three of Cups, Star energy. So there's meetups, gatherings, bonfires. For this sense of elevation, to obtain an elevation. This is like setting your intention. Someone does that. They have meetups to set their intentions, barbecues, this is like that. We have the Death energy, Nine of Cups. Someone's experiencing a downslide in what has been providing them satisfaction. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Air and fire. It could get pretty heated, that air and fire. Page of Swords, the Fool energy. Someone's spying on the actions you're taking, or you're even spying on actions others are taking, how they're committing, and you're trying to focus yourself in the same manner or direction as them. But it's like, this is that same energy that I got from Cancerian's read last time. Like a Cancerian puts themselves in challenges against others that others don't even know about. It's something that it improves, gives a Cancerian a purpose. This is that feel. Like, well, I'm observing others. It's work, their accomplishments, their skills, talents, etc., etc., and I'm doing intent is to do as the same. Very interesting. In some cases, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You will just be collaborating with select individuals that are in the same field as you. But for some that aren't as advanced in like their career or as mature as others, it's still in that phase where I'm watching others, watch and learn energy and then apply. Okay. Yeah, so for some of you Cancerians, you're moving forward in a commitment. Possibly with another water sign. Because y'all complement each other's ways. It's more so like, because you know how some people, they promote like opposites attract, you know, they support that. I don't necessarily support that. I feel like, I think that, not feel, I think that that creates more challenges, or that provides more challenges to face on the opposites attract. But I feel like in this case, it's like not that. You're looking for very similar to, so that way it could be of support, you support of another support of you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Someone in like a group setting has been holding, like limiting, creating limitations, like holding back from speaking their truth, or taking action on like their true intent in life. So something about these meetups are not as supportive for someone, yet they're meeting up with the, probably could be like family meetups, family barbecues, you know, but it's like whatever goes on, talks about in those family barbecues, for example, a Cancerian or another, they really don't have no passion in like whatever topic is going on, or like whatever show, like you know how some people have barbecues and they have like sports on, like they it's like they don't really have much passion towards whatever like the other family members are like gathering for. Yeah, so it's like going after your passion, like, because if not, it's challenging being in like business where you have no interest in a certain business. Like if say you weren't interested in clothing other than the clothes you wear, you know, why are you in at the table with individuals that are all in design, you know? Here, for example, this is that feel like you have to go to the tables that you have interest in, because that's where you're going to be able to grow and excel. Okay? Magician, Ace of Wands, Two of Cups. Yes, you're going to be able to grow and excel with those individuals. It's not always individuals from our past or our family that we will level up with. They could see our success, our accomplishments, you know. You know, they could celebrate with us at some point in time when we're celebrating these wins, but it's like, so we don't always have to be around them or with them, you know what I'm saying, in order to just to improve, you know, or in order to gain our wins. No. I'm hearing like individuals say, your time will come, like my mom said, your time will come, like, you know, you're gonna get this or something like that. You're gonna get your car, your first car too, you know, this is that feel. You're gonna get a good job too, like you're going to do this or that too, but your time will come. Like, okay, well, it's gonna come when I'm actively applying myself for it to come, not waiting around, you know. And Cancerian, the moon energy here, and the Two of Swords, you really have to decide your direction. Okay, and your group settings are going to make the impact for you to get there sooner, or stall you out. Okay, so that's what's coming through there for you, Cancerian. Let's see what more. Cancerian, the Lovers, Six of, yeah, hold up. These all came through. I'm just going to get them how they came through. Okay, Ace of Cups. The Lovers and the Ace of Cups, but the Ace of Cups is in reverse. The Five of Wands is in reverse. The Father of Wands is in reverse. The Four of Cups is in reverse. The Son of Swords in reverse. 10 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Cups upright. Empress upright. And the 9 Nine of Wands upright. Okay, so yes, you love family members, or you know, it's always thought to, that's what's expected, right? Like we are to love our family. You know, who wouldn't love their family? Like then there's questions arise, but well, at times we may not love our family members, or for, you know, as long as we know them, we may not have love or care, interest for them, just as they wouldn't have love or care or interest for us, right? They don't have interest for us to succeed, and in life, why would I have interest for them to exceed in life? You know, this is that kind of energy. Well, that's expected for some and in rare cases, but it definitely is expected. That's why like it speaks on, according to the Bible, like it speaks on stories of, you know, brothers against their brother. You know, they just have some internal reasons that they don't support the other, you know, and that's fine, but let's keep that in mind. That's the case for some brothers, for some sisters, for some family members. It doesn't have to just be brother or sister. It could be like, you know, the parent to the child to the parent, you know what I'm saying? Like, which is very odd. It shouldn't ever be like that, because we're to just experience. We come into the world like just because, you know, we were born, and then we are to experience the life and then the people around us, and it's supposed to be like, I mean, we would want it to be always like a loving experience, happy experience. Not always the case, but it is an experience. So how do we apply ourselves in this experience? We're not going to keep ourselves in a dynamic that doesn't complement us, doesn't encourage us in our growth, you know. And if we don't like someone, we're not going to be around them, right? You know what I'm saying? If someone's a threat, we're not going to be around them. If someone's a thief, we're not going to be around them. They're trying to steal, you know, your identity, your ideas, your creations, your financials, your husband or wife, you know. Like, it's just, we're not going to be around certain individuals for certain reasons. And it's valid. And we're not going to be at tables that talks are not interesting. Like, I don't have my, like, if you don't have my interest, I'm not going to be at that table. There's no shade, you know. It shouldn't be no shade. Like, you just have that choice to not be at a table and be at another table. Now I'm seeing cafeteria vibes in schools. Like, it starts at a young age. People are at certain tables that mesh with other people that mesh with them. Some people are at certain tables just because they know certain other, you know, they know the crowd. But just because they know the crowd doesn't mean they're supportive of a person, their promotions, right? Their mannerisms, you know, their morals. You know, there's many people that grow apart because of those specific reasons. Like, they don't have the same view on what's respectful, you know, how to respect someone. So, okay, so individuals grow apart. They don't apply respect to certain people. Okay, they grow apart, you know, or they're rude, you know, or they're ungrateful and unappreciative, whatever. You know, certain people grow apart, you know. Certain people are like, oh, you know, they have to work for their money. I just give it. I just get it from my, you know, family members. My parents give me money. People grow apart because of what's provided to them and what comes from a person too. It's not always the case, but it tends to happen. And that's the feel. This doesn't have to be a challenge when I'm putting myself in the best path. It's not a challenge. Okay? But if I'm linked in with certain individuals that don't honor my moral code, then yeah, That's going to take away from my 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups in reverse. That's going to take away from this spotlight that I seek. Not just seek, but this spotlight that I know is meant for me. Okay, one more. Like if I work for it, it's meant for me, right? Some people have a spotlight on them, but they didn't work for it. You know? Up here in the night, Son of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Father of Cups. Cancerian energy on a masculine scale. So you're putting in work to come out of a situation, a challenge. Okay? You feel tied in, bonded to the past. But you are not your past. I mean, you experienced it, but you don't have to remain in the same ish that you were going through, or, you know, putting yourself in. I mean, a Mother of Pentacles. You could move differently. And that being said, you'll receive differently. Temperance, Five of Swords, a High Priestess, the Sun, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Daughter of Wands. You apply what you know, or go and book up and apply what you'll learn, Cancerian. Because you're the captain of your ship. You know, you're in control of your body. You are to be in control of your body. Son of Cups, the star showing through here. What's crossing the star? Three of Swords. Tied into contracts. Could be exactly what's keeping the star tied down. You being the star. Okay, in this sense. But apply the message as you will, considering that's what I have for you. Take care. Peace be. Ciao.